The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Is God on my side? We ask ourselves that question on today's edition of Liberty at Home. Hello again, and welcome to episode 34 of Liberty at Home here on ECAT. I'm Adam Riveiro, pastor of the Liberty Baptist Church here in Easton. Today, as I just mentioned, we're broadcasting from Easton Community Access Television, your home for quality local programming. On today's episode, I want to consider this question: is God on your side? It's an interesting question for sure. Have you ever asked yourself if God is on your side? Maybe you were making a big, life-changing decision. It could be that you were going through a season of life where things were just not going the way you wanted them to go. Or maybe you wanted to know if you were justified towards God in your actions compared to someone else. No matter the reason, it's a question that sometimes can go through our mind. Is God on my side? However, as understandable as this line of thinking is, it misses a much greater point that we should consider. In Joshua chapter 5, Joshua was surveying Jericho before the famous battle. You know the one I'm talking about, where the walls came tumbling down. It was during this survey that he came face to face with a person described in the Bible as the angel of the Lord, which I believe was a pre-incarnate appearance of Jesus Christ, which simply means it was an appearance of Jesus in the Old Testament before his virgin birth. His sword was drawn, and he was standing on the road blocking Joshua's route. Joshua, who was startled and not completely aware of who he was facing, asked a very natural question: art thou for us or for our adversaries? In the moment, Joshua wanted to know if he was facing friend or foe. But God answered this question in an unusual way. He simply answered nay or no. At first glance, this doesn't seem to be a proper answer to a question where the only answers should have been, I'm with Israel or I'm with Jericho. On the surface, this answer just doesn't make much sense. However, when we consider the nature of who God is, this is the perfect answer to Joshua's question. See, God refused to choose between Israel and Jericho, which is why he answered no to a question that really wasn't a yes or no question. You see, he loves all people and does not choose sides in the way that we as people often do. However, there's a greater principle at play here that I want to highlight for a moment. You see, the lesson for us here today is that instead of asking if God is on our side of our life, we should ask, am I on God's side? Hebrews 13 verse 8 states that Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. You see, one of the glorious characteristics of God is that he's immutable, meaning that he is both unchanging and unable to be changed. Because of this, we must align our lives and way of thinking with what he has for us, not the other way around. This type of thinking makes some people uncomfortable. In fact, there are those who even mock living this way as being dangerous or weak-minded. However, I can promise you that there is no better way for a Christian to live. One of my favorite passages of Scripture is Proverbs 3, verses 5 and 6, which says this: trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. By placing our trust in God and his ways, we know that he will lead us down the correct paths of life. What an encouragement. So, just whose side is God on? The answer is clear. No. Get on his side today by heeding his word and obeying his commandments. Well, thanks for joining us on today's episode of Liberty at Home. Believe it or not, next week is our final episode of Liberty at Home for this season. But don't forget that you can always find us at Liberty Baptist Church. We're located at 800 Washington Street on Route 138 here in Easton. Call or text the church for more information at 508-565-8281 or look us up at mylibertybaptist.org. It's time to go, so until next time, I'm Adam Riveiro, reminding you that where the Spirit of the Lord is, there is liberty. Catch you next time on Liberty at Home.